Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. It's a pro wrestling review rant, pro wrestling reaction. You're welcome to chime in if you're here in live time. You're welcome to hop in there with a comment, a question. But in any event, I will just give my thoughts on this Extreme Rules pay per view last night. The thing started off with the dark match was actually advertised. It was a beautiful women's match. That's how they advertised it. Liv Morgan defeating Carmella. I predicted that victory for Liv just because I knew a lot of heels would be winning last night, and so they needed to kind of balance that out a little bit with a feel good match. Um, they did that, like I said, on the dark show before the main card. Um, it was fine. I mean, to be honest with you, um, it's kind of like they're kind of like in that 2005 era. Like Carmella really feels 2005 WWE diva based on looks. She's a great looking woman. Her in-ring skills are competent. I actually liked Carmella as the women's champion a couple of years ago when she upset Charlotte with help from the Iconics. I'm kind of a Carmella fan. Look, her body's in tip-top shape. She spends a lot of time, working out, eating right. She looks great. If you really had to judge, you'd say that Carmella's waist was in better shape than Liv's. But Liv's a cutie too, and they just did what they did, which is a cute girls match, and Liv won. Inconsequential. The next match was a bit controversial. This match, 6-man tag, unannounced until you get into it. The 6-man tag was announced right before the show went on the air. I guess that's okay. It's a nice little bonus, but it was just kind of, to me, it was almost like Big E was, I don't want to say kind of wasted, but just not so much Big E, but the title. And some fans are not understanding the concept of this. When I say that it's a bit demeaning for the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight title, this is supposed to be the Bruno belt, folks. The Universal title is a title that's only been around for 4 or 5 years. This WWE title, the Bruno belt, the Hogan belt, the Savage belt, that's that lineage. And it seems to me, Bob Backlund, Iron Sheik, that lineage being presented in a 6-man tag match where the title's not on the line, um, and it's the opening match on a show, and it wasn't announced. And so, I mean, I made that point last night on these Facebook groups, and some fuck responds, "Would it be better if Big E wasn't on the show at all?" And maybe it would, to be honest. Like, maybe just like old school SmackDown Raw brand split days. Like, if this was a SmackDown heavy pay per view, um, do you need to just trot Big E out there? It also makes little to no sense, gentlemen and ladies, that why is your um, world heavyweight champion, being presented in this demeaning way of a 6-man tag? Or actually, why is Big E, if the whole idea is Big E breaks off and he's the breakout solo star for the moment of this New Day, why is he right back into tag team matches with New Day? Like, you don't go and win the world title, singles title, just to come back to your friends and wrestle in 6-man tags, do you? Or do you? Very good. Carl's a good guy. Carl's got his own playlist here of Carl's films and stuff, and he's reporting that he's got the movie Irishman and Hoffa. Interesting combo. Good movies, buddy. Talking about this Extreme Rules, Carl. If you have any thoughts on Extreme Rules, chime in. Here's the title of the video that you guys might see, and once again, you guys are welcome to share this video. Well, Ian, I might disagree a bit, buddy. How garbage was the pay per view last night? I didn't even turn that shit on. Well, I mean, that's the problem that you and I share, Ian. We don't watch a whole lot of WWE compared to our brethren, yet we're very critical of it. Well, my solution, as I've shared with Ian, and Ian, of course, has his wonderful Ultimate Warrior podcast with me here, but I did watch the pay per view. I watched about 2 hours of it while I was sitting in Jimmy John's doing other things on my computer. And then I came home and watched a match or two. I actually rewatched the Charlotte Alexa match. And then I kind of got to the Becky Lynch, what's her name, the hair lady match, the Bianca Belair match, and I kind of fell asleep and then woke up and there it was, and I watched it and I enjoyed it, and then I conked out and I woke up this morning and I said, well, I better watch this Roman Reigns match now before all the. I can't go on social media. I can't check my phone because everyone's going to Twitter fuck me and tell me what happened before I see it from my own two eyes. I have to navigate the world, gentlemen, to make it work for me. I don't work for the world works for me. So when I want to watch something and not be spoiled, I have to turn off the phone. I have to have my secretary reschedule appointments. But in any event, I did watch the match. I thought it was a good match. Obviously Finn Balor is a lame duck challenger. We know that they're not going to put the title on Finn Balor and have Roman Reigns versus fucking Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia without the title on the line because the prince pays his money. Okay, so I mean the Saudi Arabians are paying more than you and I are paying, or $10 a month for Peacock or whatever the fuck. So the power remains with them. That's just the sad case of events. That's not my choice. That's their choice. They being WWE. Uh, but look, let me buzz through some of these matches, and then I'll get to the point of this 3-minute warning thing in the headline. You might be wondering, well, what does 3-minute warning have to do with this? I mean, but the point is, there's some people driving their car. They're all wearing masks in the car. That's fine. At least they're trying. Bianca Belair Becky match. I was actually pretty impressed by Becky. To be fair, Carl, you're very good, buddy. But we're talking wrestling right now, buddy. The Lost Boys is getting a remake. Very good, Carl. It should be interesting. It'll be interesting who the cast will be if they bring back Keith or Sutherland, Carl. So you're saying it wasn't garbage? Interesting. That's somewhat relieving or promising, I guess. It wasn't total garbage. It was predictable. It was a very predictable show. But once again, Ian, here's my solution. Here's my advice. Same thing with SummerSlam. I'm not watching the weekly WWE shows for the most part. I didn't see this Roman Reigns versus the Montez Ford match that people were singing a song about. Had I watched that match, I might have had my fill of Roman for the weekend. But because I didn't watch Montez versus Roman, and I see Roman and he kicks the guy in the head and Finn's head hits the turnpost, then it's like, okay, that's a nice allotment. It really, guys, it really is about moderation with WWE. You can't watch too much of it. If you scale back your hours and the amount of shows you watch of modern day contemporary WWE, I'm telling you, you'll enjoy it more because they give you all the storyline shit in the vignettes, and it's just a great, easy way to catch up on this crap instead of making it a weekly viewing. Oh, I've got to watch fucking Raw on Monday, and I've got to stay home on a Friday and watch SmackDown. Grow a set of balls in your dick, go out and take on the big bad world, and then watch these programs, the pay-per-views at your leisure, as I do. I'm trying to help you, gentlemen. But yeah, it was a good show, Ian. It wasn't bad. I mean, Carl hasn't chimed in. I don't know if Carl watched it, but it wasn't a bad show. Um, but it was predictable in that I think I predicted pretty much every match the way it was going to go. I mean, my buddy Shane McKinnon, wrestling fans, the Hameen Media Group, they do these polls. I think pretty much everybody could see that the progressing stories weren't going to have any great, flux or change. Uh, Ian's very hardcore. He's very hardcore against WWE right now, which I understand, buddy. But like I said, I made a promise to the wrestling internet community that I would continue to monitor the WWE pay-per-views as a favor to the community, that I would give my opinions and my insights to hold the hand of like holding people's hand through this thing called life. So I'm just doing my part to get people through their days and their weeks. As far as the show goes, it was good. But like I said, I'm not watching Raw and SmackDown, so I'm not overdosed on WWE by the time I get to the pay window with these pay-per-views. You know what I mean? What else can I say? I was going to make a point. There was something that I think it was one of the talking heads on the pre-show. I even watched some of the pre-show. I was such a nice guy. The pre-show said something to the effect of Roman Reigns is wrestling 3 times this week. Like this British guy who thought he was like the anchor somehow. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but this British guy thinks he's the anchor of the pay-per-view pre-show. And at one point, the hot chick cut him off. She wouldn't let him finish his statement because he was like, "Oh, let's do this," and she's like, "Well, actually, let me say something, asshole." So I mean, it's just kind of funny. How about that Spanish English double audio thing? Like the first two matches or so of the pay-per-view had like a really bad audio mix. We heard two types of audio going on at once. I'm just watching these women come out of a TJ Maxx. They're attractive women, but they're pushing baby strollers. So I mean, I guess that the fact that they have women, that they have children. These women have children, would infer that their attraction is such that men have impregnated them, and now they have children to show for their efforts. But it's just too bad because I have no need to talk to them. You know what I mean? But in any event, the show was fine. It wasn't a dog shit show, Ian. The thing that people are gonna what I was saying, the British guy. Oh, Roman wrestled 3 times this week. Well, asshole. Have you heard of Ric Flair? Have you heard of Harley Race? Have you heard of Dory Funk Jr., Jack Briscoe? These gentlemen wrestled more than 3 times in a fucking week. You fuck. I mean, Ric Flair might wrestle fucking a Friday night, twice on a Saturday, and twice on a Sunday. So don't try to impress me with the fact that he wrestled 3 times in a week. Oh, holy goddamn shit, British fuck. I heard about this audio mishap. WWE is really slipping now. Well, it's an indication, buddy. I know you're joking around. I know you're being funny. I get it. But it's an indication that that's like the one thing that WWE and their fans held on to for the last however many years, 10 years at least. Oh, the production levels of WWE is so fucking great. Apparently not, assholes. I mean, if they can't do a simple audio mix where they have one language of commentary coming through for several minutes, and it wasn't just like a 30-second thing, it was just drag it on. I mean, basically the entire Carmelo Liv Morgan match and the fucking Big E 6-man tag was drenching in double audios. I was watching an old Carl, man, that's a good one. Carl was watching the very first WWE ECW match between the Zombie and the Sandman. How'd that one go, buddy? Of course, you can find the Sandman right here on Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. The Sandman Mike Messier moment. My sit down with Sandman, very good. What else? Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Now has a Facebook page. Everybody, make sure to go over there and like it. Was there anything else I could say about this pay-per-view? Good, bad, or yawn, as Jim Ross says. I don't know. It was what it was. I mean, the demon. I was just listening to Joe Cronin. Joe made a great point. If this thing with demon mode, as we're calling it now, or as Joe called it, demon mode of Finn Balor kind of demoning up, how come he then loses? Oh, well, here's the whole payoff of this whole goddamn thing, folks. Did you notice the smoke came? He was covered in smoke. Then the rope broke, and then Finn Balor kind of fell and hurt his leg. And then Roman got the spear and pinned him, and they all pointed upward. To me, he was pointing to the heavens. He was pointing to the Samoan heavens, Rosey and Jamal. Carl says it was a great match. I believe that Roman and the Bloodline are going to thank in a maybe they won't even say anything, but in a subliminal way when they pointed up, this was a thanks to the Samoan heavens. This was a thanks to Rosey and Jamal that like the demon went so far into demon mode that the match was now into like beyond life and death. And Rosey and Jamal like used their weight with the intergalactic forces of Samoan power to snap the rope heavenly. That's my take on it. Like that's what I got on it. Like the 3-minute warning from the Samoan heavens were using their Samoan spirits to help Roman retain. That's how I interpreted it. Maybe you guys didn't, but that's what I got when they were pointing upward. If you look and you follow Roman Reigns, I don't think he normally points to the heavens. And I don't think that the Usos normally point to the heavens. Like they were not just going saying number one, they were pointing to the heavens. I think they were pointing to the spirit of Rosey and Jamal, 3-minute warning. And I believe it was, which one was fucking Roman Reigns' brother? They're like brothers, like one, the 3-minute warning guys were cousins to each other, but the one that was the Samoan bulldozer was also Roman's brother, not just his cousin. Now, I know with these guys, they always say, well, we're cousins, but we're really like brothers, blah, blah, blah. But the point of the matter is, I just thought it was kind of nice that the heavens came. That's good, buddy. Umaga, yeah. I have 4 books of Chris Jericho. Very good, Carl. Umaga, yeah. Umaga is Roman's brother, and Umaga was in 3-minute warning. And I think what they were doing last night is they were crediting Umaga and then Superhero Rosey, Superhero in Training, 3-minute warning. They were giving them credit for the heavens, the Samoan heavens. Am I nuts in saying that? But I guess you'd have to watch the match to, But like I said, I thought the pay-per-view was okay. I mean, look, Carmella's smoking hot. I was wondering if her bosoms are reinforced with silicone or plastic or something, but she's got a great body. And look, if you just deal with WWE on its own terms, if you're not expecting it to be like a good pro wrestling company, just expecting it to be dog shit WWE, you'll be okay. I mean, just let it live and die on its own standards. Obviously, now they're going to go to fucking Saudi Arabia and do their song and dance show for the Saudi Arabian prince. And people are saying, oh, Mike, you're going to be so angry. Well, you know what? They're not worth my anger anymore. I've given them enough of my anger. Now, my anger, if there is any left, is for you, the WWE fan, who just sticks with this company and doesn't realize their faults. Her bosoms are definitely fake. I think she got some plastic surgery in her face, too. Most likely. I thought, no, man, Extreme Rules was last night, Carl. Yeah, man. See, that's the thing. WWE, they really need to keep their fans informed because Extreme Rules was last night. I guess I'm going to go, guys. I don't know what else to say right now. I mean, there's this other person who's pushing a cart. So I might just get going, but it was a nice wrestle chat. We had a good chat. Everything was fine. But yeah, guys, I mean, look, it's Monday. We've got the whole week to fuck up, as I like to say. One thing I don't like saying is that term, what's that term, let's go, or whatever the fuck? I don't know. Nah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go see the movie Evan Hansen, the suicide movie. I mean, that's the thing. I've been going to the movies a lot. You guys know that. And if anyone's been going to the movies in the last couple of months, or like even the last 8 months, you've seen this fucking preview for this Evan Hansen movie about 1,000,000 times, and it's really just kind of an annoying preview, and you feel like you've seen the movie already. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. Have a great night. Feel free to share the video.